I never saw this before.
자, Well, don't let higher fuel... Born to be wild? Well, don't let higher fuel prices put a damper on your fun. Get to Countryside Chevrolet.
Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Doniphan High School basketball. This is Keith Bowman at the Doniphan High School gym, and we are ready to go as we kick off another week. This is going to be our first of 4 games this week, all at home and all on YouTube this week. 3 of them are going to be the Donettes, and on Friday night, the boys will be taking on the Alton Comets. Tonight, the Donettes are going to be facing the Alton Lady Comets. The Lady Comets come in with a record of 8-6, but they have a very good basketball team. They have played a tough schedule, and this is going to start out a tough week of basketball for the Donettes. They have Alton tonight and a big Ozark Foothills Conference game tomorrow night with the Greenville Lady Bears. And then on Thursday night, the very talented Neelyville Lady Tigers come to Doniphan in another Ozark Foothills Conference matchup. If the Donettes can win that game tomorrow night against Greenville, probably looking hopefully at least the number 2 seed. Right now, they have not lost a conference game. But that Neelyville game, always tough, but the Donettes do have them here at home. But I would think if they could win tomorrow night, the seed meeting probably will be about the middle of next week, as the Ozark Foothills Conference tournament is the February the 2nd through the 8th this year. So we're coming up on that pretty quick. We're glad you've joined us tonight for Donettes basketball. As I said, the Alton Lady Comets in town. Since we were last with you, the Donettes won 2 games, won 1 game and lost 1. And that makes their record now on the season 11-4. They won at Fredericktown, and we were here doing the Dons and the Winona game that night. And we didn't get a score early enough to give it to you. They won that game. Then they went to Koshkonong and played, according to Coach Epps, one of their worst games of the year, and they lost that game big. And then on Friday night, of course, the Dons were supposed to play the Naylor Eagles, and that game was canceled due to weather concerns that didn't really amount to very much, which we're thankful for that. So the Donettes 11-4. By the way, before I forget, I'm sure you may have had your computer or laptop or whatever you were watching tonight on for the JV game, but boy, I tell you what, that game was tied 19-all at halftime, and the Donettes just come out in the second half and turned it up about 3 notches. They outscored Alton's JV in the second half 32-14 and come away with an 18-point win after being tied at half. It was 51-33 was the final. Donettes JV been playing real well the last several games. So that leads us up to the varsity game. We're getting close for that. And I'm just going to keep it here until we get ready for the national anthem, and then we'll play some of our sponsors who bring you Dons and Donettes basketball. And by the way, I don't think I've mentioned it. I used to do it. Seemed like about every game or every other game. You need to thank the people that sponsor the games on YouTube and on the radio, because if it were not for those folks, you folks that don't get to come to the games, whether home or away, would not be able to keep up with what's going on with your Dons and Donettes. So we want to thank all the folks who sponsor Doniphan basketball on YouTube and on KYEC 88.3 FM. As I said, 4 home games this week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday for the girls, Friday for the boys. And then that will be the final home game of the season for the boys already. So it is homecoming and also senior night on Friday night for the boys. And I was told that they're going to do the homecoming and the senior night between the games on Friday night here against the Alton Comets. Well, both teams are headed to the benches. Alton dressed in blue, trimmed in gold, white numbers. The Donettes in their home whites with black numbers and gold trim. Donettes will go from left to right in the first half, Alton from right to left. While we have the national anthem, we're going to take a 90-second break, and we'll be back to give you the starters for the Alton Lady Comets and your Doniphan Donettes after this 90-second break.
Born to be wild? Well, don't let higher fuel prices put a damper on your fun. Get to Countryside Chevrolet in Doniphan today for a more fuel-efficient vehicle and let your wild side ride. Countryside has new vehicles that get more than 30 miles per gallon. Find out about flex fuel technology and check their great lineup of program and late model pre-owned vehicles. Ripley County's largest Chevrolet dealer is Countryside Chevrolet in the Hillcrest Plaza, Doniphan. Chevrolet, an American revolution.
You've heard it all before. We're number one. We're the best. We have the biggest rebates. Now is the time to skip the hype and come to Current River Ford in Doniphan. They're all about helping you find the perfect new Ford. Current River Ford services your vehicles after the sale. From the moment you drive in, you will receive the quality service you've been missing. With the selection at Current River Ford, you'll find the new vehicle you want. How about getting your next vehicle at a dealership that makes it all about you? Current River Ford, Highway 160 in Doniphan.
Davis True Value is proud to sponsor the Dons and Donettes for another exciting ball season. Just like the Dons and Donettes, Davis True Value knows hard work wins the game. They are your selection, service, and savings destination hardware store, serving the area with paint, plumbing, electrical, lawn and garden, and housewares. Your local True Value hardware with so much more. From window repair to chainsaw sharpening, we are the store of first choice. Behind every project is a True Value.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Bill Wright Gymnasium. We're getting set for the introduction of starting lineups. First of all, for the Alton Lady Comets, they're coached by Stephanie Miller. Coach Miller's been there for quite some time now. They start 4 seniors and a freshman, and the first one out is number 14, Bailey Cisco. She is a freshman. Number 23, Caitlin Miller, a senior. Sydney Hollis, a senior. Kelsey Orr, a senior. And Heidi Cisco. 11 and 4, coached by Adam Epps. Addie Jones, a 5'6" junior. Timberly Mashing, a 5'10" senior. Lexi Day, a 5'3" senior. Olivia Cruz, a 5'6" sophomore, and Emily Edier, a 6-foot junior. So the Donettes have 2 seniors to start, have a couple on the bench, and the last game we done last Monday night against South Iron, Alexis Mandry made it back out onto the floor, and it was good to see her back out after missing the first part of the season. And we got 8 minutes on the clock, and Alton, like I said, will go from right to left in the first half, and the Donettes from left to right. And number 34, I believe, we'll have to check there. I think number 34, Kelsey Orr, is the big girl in the middle. They've got she looks like to me she's over 6 foot tall. So Emily Eddy are going to have her hands full. She is number 34, Kelsey Orr. And she'll be jumping center against Emily Eddier. We have 8 minutes on the clock. We're ready to go. Donettes basketball, the first of 3 for the Donettes this week. And the ball will be controlled by the Donettes. Mashing, and she's knocked away from behind, and she's going to be fouled immediately. And that foul on Kelsey Orr, she tried to knock it away, but she run into her with the body. Donettes actually got a break there because that could have been a turnover real easily. Olivia Cruz inbounds it. Alton's going to start out in a man-to-man. Kimberly Mashing comes and gets it near midcourt. Gives it on the left wing to Day. Backdoor pass. Mashing's got a layup, and she missed the wide-open layup. Boy, you got to make those if you're going to play a good team. And Alton's going to turn it over. As the Donettes put on. Addie Jones puts a little pressure on in the backcourt. And the ball thrown away by Bailey Cisco. And the Donettes get it back. They run that play perfectly. Day dribbles down into the paint, kicks it out to Olivia Cruz in the corner. Back out front to Mashing, has to run it down near midcourt. Over to Lexi Day. Day is guarded by number 44, Heidi Cisco. Mashing dribbles into the paint, ball knocked away. We're going to have a tie ball, and it'll belong to Alton on the alternating possession. And the Donettes with 2 turnovers the first 2 trips. Well, actually, a missed shot in the turnover. Sydney Hollis with the ball. Donettes playing man-to-man. Out front, it goes to Cisco. Now to Miller. Miller dribbles to the elbow and gives it back to Cisco. Down the right side to Bailey Cisco. Back out front to Hollis. Baseline Cisco bounces in the middle. Ball knocked away, but it's picked up. The long three-pointer put up by Heidi Cisco, no good. Timberly Mashing with the rebound. Brings it into the front court. Dribbles down, and she stops, and she travels with it. Another turnover. 2 out of the first 3 trips. Turnovers on the Donettes. Donettes got to realize they're back on defense. You don't have like a 2-on-5, nothing there, so bring it back out and set it up. Heidi Cisco running the point. Gives it to Bailey Cisco. Out front to Miller, back to Heidi Cisco. Cisco on the wing, dribbles to the baseline. Gives it to Bailey Cisco. Out front to Miller. Miller dribbles down, puts it up, no good, but we got a foul. And we'll have free throws. That foul's on Lexi Day. And Sydney Hollis steps to the free throw line and makes it. I'm pretty sure that you don't want to put Alton on the free throw line. They normally have really good shooters to keep them off that free throw line. And I jinxed her on that one. She made 1 out of 2. It's 1-0. And Edier with the rebound. Now Alton's going to apply a little full court pressure. Mashing, lobs it up into the front court to Cruz. Now at the Day. Lobs it down on the baseline to Edier. Edier kicks it back out. Day steps into a three-pointer and doesn't draw any iron. Way off to the right side. And Alton with the rebound. Up the floor is Heidi Cisco. Up to Bailey Cisco. Back out front. Now left side to Miller. Head of the key, Cisco. She's going to fire up a 3 off the back of the rim. No good. And Edier with a nice box out gets the rebound for the Donettes. Gives it to Olivia Cruz up ahead. Mashing got behind the defense. Puts it up. It's blocked. Got to be a little stronger with the ball there. You ought to know the defense is coming if you're down there and there's nobody back. And that's a couple of shots that Mashing should have made already. And the Donettes still have no points. And Mashing reaches in and takes it away from Hollis. Mashing's going to take it down, and it's knocked away. Almost stolen. Pass back into Addie Jones as they saved it, and she misses a three-pointer. And it goes out of bounds, and it'll belong to Alton. Well, we played almost 3 minutes, and we only have 1 point in the game, and that is for Alton. Cisco gives it to Cisco. Out front to Hollis. Three-pointer up and good. That's by Heidi Cisco. She missed the first one pretty badly, but got to get out on them and guard them. Can't leave them wide open. Day throws it away. Over the head of Addie Jones, out of bounds. Alton leads 4-0. Pass into the front court quickly to Bailey Cisco. Her pass in the middle deflected away. Loose on the floor, and Olivia Cruz gets it out to Addie Jones. Jones comes into the front court, gives it to Mashing. Mashing fakes the 3, gives it to Addie Jones. She's going to shoot another 3. It's no good again. And a rebound by Orr from the Lady Comets. Pass up the floor, Bailey Cisco takes it down. Free throw line, Orr, her jumper up, no good. Mashing with a rebound for the Donettes. And we played almost half the first quarter. Donettes still looking for their first point. Mashing dribbles to the right side. Gives it to Edier. Edier cross court to Lexi Day. Day in the paint. The ball knocked away again. Another turnover. And a nice hustle by there, Olivia Cruz, to knock it out of bounds. But we'll stay with Alton. And they're going to bring in Allie Campbell, another senior. And number 20, Kaylee Mock. Orr and Bailey Cisco check out. Alton with a 4-0 lead. 3 minutes and 50 seconds left in the first quarter. Campbell's got it on the baseline. Dribbles a couple of times. Back out to Heidi Cisco. Addie Jones out there with her. Gives it left side to Miller. Or excuse me, to Hollis. Now to Miller. Now Heidi Cisco for 3 again. No good. And Edier with another rebound. She's got 3 or 4 rebounds already. Donettes have not cracked the scoreboard. Pass over to Cruz. She's open. They're going to jump her up from about 10 feet. No good. And Cisco with a rebound. Passes up the floor. And Miller, Hollis tries to save it, but she can't get there in time. Keep getting Miller and Hollis mixed up. 3:14 to go first quarter. In a fast-moving first quarter. Not many whistles. We've had 1 foul on each team. Alton sets up in a 1-3-1. Half-court trap. Donettes break it. Cruz into the paint. Over to Addie Jones. She missed the easy one. And the rebound is knocked out to Sydney Hollis, and we got a foul in the back court on Olivia Cruz. And the Donettes have already missed 3 shots right under the basket. Hollis dribbles into the paint, throws up a wild shot, but it goes in. And it is 6-0. Alton on top. Lob up into the front court, mashing. Goes around her man, out in the corner, Addie Jones. Now to Day, and she tries to force it in there, and it's knocked out of bounds by Allie Campbell. Now Cisco and Orr come back in. And it'll be Miller and Hollis checking out this time for the Lady Comets. It'll be Donette's ball. Donettes try to force that ball in, and there's another bad pass and another turnover. Well, that's at least 5 or 6 turnovers, and the Donettes do not have any points yet. Backdoor pass, Cisco. She's open from about 8 feet. It's an air ball. And it's picked up off the floor by Lexi Day. Runs it into the front court, and her pass batted again, and they steal it again. Cisco into the front court. Cruz hustles back on her. Gives it out front to Heidi Cisco. My goodness, Coach Epps has just got to be wanting to pull his hair out. Driving to the lane by Mock, kick it out to Cisco. 3-pointer no good, long rebound by Olivia Cruz. She takes it down, gonna take it in on the left side, her little left-handed shot up and good. She didn't have the numbers, but she went ahead and took it and got it to go. 6-2. And now Addie Jones gets a steal. She should have a run out. Goes down, lays it up, and it's good. And the Donettes back within 2 at 6-4 with 1:25 to go in the first quarter. Cisco dribbles over to the right side. Now back to the left side, passes it to Bailey Cisco. Down on the baseline to Mock. She tries to force it inside, and it's knocked out of bounds. And then we're going to have a foul, I think, going to be on Orr, offensive foul, and that's 2 fouls on her already. And coming back into the ball game is going to be Caitlin Miller, so they get a lot smaller. Emily Edier and Lexi Day check out, Maddie Eddington and Jalen Dutton in. Still in the trap. Maddie Eddington throws it up in the front court, ball batted, and it's going to go out of bounds. And Donettes are trying to throw that ball right through the defense player, and you can't do that. And if you lob it too much, they're going to get it then as well. Inbounds pass to Dutton. Back out front to Cruz. Dribbles in, kicks it out. Jones on the left wing. Almost caught her by surprise. Back out front to Dutton. Dutton dribbles over to the right side. Gives it back to Addie Jones. Coach Epps shouting instruction. Alton looks like they're in a 1-3-1. They drop back into a 1-3-1 zone out of that 1-3-1 trap. And Dutton picks up her dribble. And the pass in the middle. Lob pass stolen by Campbell. My goodness, he got lob. Mock gives it to Bailey Cisco. Back to Mock in the corner. Wide open 3-pointer is an air ball over the basket. Maddie Eddington gets the rebound. Quickly into the front court. Crosses over her dribble and she throws it away. And now Cisco's got a chance to take it all the way. And a good hustle there by Dutton to knock it out with 1.7 seconds to go. Now Kaylee Davis is coming in for the Donettes. And Alexis Mandry as well. Mashing and Cruz check out. Well, they got to watch here. Well, they bring Heidi Cisco out. So they've got 1.7 seconds. They're looking to get it wide under, and Allie Campbell is wide open and scores at the buzzer. And that was a nice play run. Donettes didn't defend it very well. And that's the end of the first quarter. And the Alton Lady Comets lead the Donettes 8-4 in a low-scoring affair. We'll be back in 1 minute with second quarter action.
Hometown Pharmacy on Balloon Street in Doniphan, your one-stop pharmacy for all of your medical needs. Our pharmacists are now providing vaccinations for flu, pneumonia, and shingles in the pharmacy. flu shots are covered by Medicare with no co-payment and no appointment is necessary. Hometown Pharmacy now offers a wide variety of vitamins and supplements from Now Foods that help support and promote optimal health through good nutrition. Refills can be requested online or by using our mobile app. We now offer delivery of your prescription if you live within the city limits. Transferring prescriptions is easy. Come by or give us a call and our friendly staff will take care of everything. Hometown Pharmacy, proudly supporting the Dons and Donettes this season. Come experience the difference a Hometown Pharmacy makes.
Well, welcome back, everybody. We've played one quarter here at the Bill Elwright Gymnasium. Donettes trail off. And it's going to be Donettes ball to start the second quarter. I was talking with Coach Ed before the game about the Koshkanon game. He said they shot 29% from the floor and had 26 turnovers. And you're not going to beat anybody like that. And I know in that first quarter they had at least 8 or 10 turnovers, and they missed 3 shots right under the basket. Mashing on the left side in the corner to Day. Back out to Mashing. They just need to be patient against that zone defense, not try to force it in there if they're not open. Just not going to hurt to keep the score low. In the lane, Mashing lobs it down low to Edier. She catches, goes up, shot blocked. And Cisco comes out with a rebound. Bailey Cisco gives it to Hollis. Now over to Miller. Back on the left side, Mock dribbles into the paint. Out to Cisco. Three-pointer up by Bailey Cisco. Off the rim, no good. And Olivia Cruz with the rebound. Dribbles all the way down to the corner. You don't want to go down there and get double teamed. Cross-court pass. Addie Jones was open for a second, didn't take it. Now Mashing dribbles into the paint all the way in, up off the glass and good. 8-6 with 7 minutes left in the first half. Alton leading by 2. Hollis guarded by Cruz, dribbles into the paint. Bumped into Eddie, or no call there. And Alton retains possession of the ball. And out front, Hollis for 3, and it's good. So Hollis has got 6, and Heidi Cisco has 3, and Campbell's got 2 for their 11 points. Mashing in the left corner, gives it back out to Day on the wing. Back between the circles to Cruz. That puts Alton back up by 5, 11-6. Addie Jones back out front to Day in the free throw lane to Mashing. Out to Cruz, almost over her head. Nice catch. Gives it back to Mashing. Day steps into a 3 off the back of the rim. Mashing with the offensive rebound in the corner. Back to Day. She's open again. Going to try it again. It's good. First you don't succeed. Try again. 6 minutes left first half. Donettes trail 11-9. Lady Comets with the basketball. Hollis gives it right wing to Mock. Mock out front to Miller. In the paint. Campbell goes up for the shot. And Edier picks up the foul. Well, that's one there. I wish she'd just go straight up and let her shoot. And see if she can make it, because she kind of leaned into her. That is the 3rd team foul. And Allie Campbell would be shooting 2 for Alton. And the free throw is good. That's 3 points. She's a senior as well. Now Heidi Cisco comes back in for Kaylee Mock. That one no good. Mashing rebounds for the Donettes. 3-point lead for Alton. Alton sets up in the trap, even on the missed free throw. Mashing gets it over to Addie Jones. Lobs it down low. Edier catches, goes up and under, and scores. Might have got away with a walk there, but we'll take it. Heidi Cisco guarded out front by Addie Jones, and Addie reaches in and fouls her. That's Jones's first and the 4th team foul. 5:24 to go in the first half. Caitlin Miller will throw it in, throws it into Bailey Cisco. Cisco back to Hollis. Hollis dribbles into the paint. Wild shot. Oh, and the Donettes bail her out. Well, it's the 2nd one in a row. You got to make them shoot that shot, not foul them. Olivia Cruz fouls on that one. That's her 2nd. I mean, that's all. If that goes in, you just got to say, you know, that's too good a shot. That's it. And the free throw no good by Hollis. Hollis has got 6 points. Maddie Eddington comes in and replaces Cruz, goes to the bench with 2 fouls. Alton's 2 out of 5 from the free throw line, now 3 out of 6. Hollis gets the second one. She's leading Alton with 7 points. Donettes got numbers here. Mashing, kicks it out in the corner. Addie Jones from 15, it's good. Jones' second bucket, 13 all. Hollis dribbles over to the left wing. Goes cross court to Bailey Cisco. Gets a string from Heidi down into the paint. Stops, shoots, and no good. Offensive rebound underneath. And that's going to be by Caitlin Miller, and she puts it in with the left hand. Passing the middle of the floor, Maddie Eddington going down, bounces it underneath to Eddier. Stops, shoots, and scores. Good job by Eddington there to keep that going and not slow down. Ended up with a 2-on-1. 15 alls. The Donettes have caught up now. Heidi Cisco, cross court, Allie Campbell. Backhead of the key to Hollis. Hollis down into the paint, goes up and a shot blocked by Eddier, and Eddier gets the rebound, gets the ball. Lexi Day quickly into the front court, going to dribble all the way in. She puts it up and no good. And a rebound by Bailey Cisco. Cisco back the other way. End-to-end action here now. Bailey Cisco's three-pointer is blocked by Timberly Mashing. And the Donettes come away with it. Chance to take the lead. 4 minutes left in the first half. Eddington dribbles to the baseline. She's tied up. Back out to Day. Over to Addie Jones. Wide open three. It's short. And Heidi Cisco with a rebound. She comes out of there, and they got a 3-on-1. Gives it to Bailey Cisco, about an 8-footer, and it's up and good. Donettes a little late getting back that time. Act like they might be a little winded. I don't know. And Lexi Day walking it up the floor. She looks like she's sucking air right now. Alton goes back up 17-15. Bailey Carson comes to the scorer's table to check in for the Donettes the next dead ball. Eddington cross court to Addie Jones. Back out front. Now in the lane, Eddier's going to take it up, and she's going to be tied up. And it'll stay with the Donettes. Eddier's going to check out. Carson comes in. And we have number 30, Hannah Wigger, a freshman, coming in for Alton. Day throws it in out front, Carson. Carson dribbles to the free throw line, out to Addie Jones. In the corner, Day. Day penetrates, back to Addie. Addie fakes the shot, and they call her for a travel. Well, if you'll remember last Monday night, they weren't calling any travels, and I'm not really sure that was a travel. I seen a couple in the JV game that they called that I didn't really think were travels either, but and it's a lot of times when you fake that shot and take off, sometimes you might even fool the referee. Driving baseline is Hollis. Her shot no good. Addie Jones with the rebound. And her ball knocked away, and it's going to be picked up by Alton. They got in too big a hurry again. And Alton just about throws it away, but a nice save there by Heidi Cisco. Up into the front court to Wigger. Wigger cross court. Heidi Cisco for three, and it's good. That's a long one. Going to have to stay on her. And the lead back up to 5 as Alton scored 5 in a row. 2.5 minutes left in the first half. 20-15 is our score. And Coach Epps is going to call a timeout. With 2:25 to go in the first half. Alton leading the Donettes 20-15. We'll be back in 1 minute. Stay with us.
You could try getting a loan out of town.
Someone will be with you. Don't know when. Don't hold your breath. But keep waiting. You don't have anything better to do.
Or just come to us, where we make quick decisions locally. Ozark Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA, now serving 6 counties. Online at ozarkfcu.com.
The phone booth is your one-stop for all your cell phone needs. The phone booth now offers total wireless, where you can get unlimited talk, text, and 5 gigs of data for only $35 a month. Need to add more phones to your account? Not a problem. Family plans are also available. You can manage your account in person or online at tpbooth.com. Come see the phone booth next to Subway and Doniphan for all your cell phone needs.
20-15 is our score. The Donettes trail Alton by 5 with 2:25 left in the first half. Donettes had tied the game at 13 and at 15, but Alton has scored. Going to have to pick up Heidi Cisco as soon as she crosses the half line. That last three-pointer she shot she was a good 3 or 4 feet behind the three-point line. Donettes with the ball after the timeout. Addie Jones gives it to Jalen Dutton on the right wing. Alton in the zone. They played man-to-man the first couple of possessions, but they've been in the zone ever since. And Maddie Eddington has her pass deflected out of bounds, and she's going to come out as Lexi Day and Emily Eddy are both coming back in. And Addie Jones and Maddie Eddington will check out. The Donettes have Mashing, Eddier, Carson. That's about as big a lineup as the Donettes can put out there as far as the three big girls. And down low, Eddier with a nice pass. She puts it up, won't go, but she's fouled. And the Donettes will shoot their first free throws of the game. That foul was on Allie Campbell. That was a good pass inside. I think that was Jalen Dutton that made that pass. Eddier's free throw or rims out. Two minutes and 6 seconds left in the second quarter. Eddier's next one is good. That'll give the Donettes a chance to set it up their press, but they're not going to do it. And Eddier's got 5 points. Cisco guarded by Dutton now. Over to Bailey Cisco on the right wing. Out front to Wigger. Wigger almost lost it. Now she does pick it up. Gives it over to Mock. Now to Bailey Cisco. She's open for a three-pointer, no good. And Mashing tips it out. It's going to go out of bounds. The last touch by Timberly Mashing. That was a good job there because I believe that was Wigger had inside position there and was getting ready to get it and put it back in. And at least Mashing made him throw it in bounds. Mock with it down low inside and shot no good, but Mock gets it back and then she missed it. The first shot was by Wigger. Lexi Day brings it into the front court. Donettes trail by 4. Gives it to Dutton out front. Back to Lexi Day on the left wing. Day dribbles out front, over to Dutton on the right side. Dutton dribbles to the baseline, almost tied up. Bounces it back to Mashing. Cross court. Day down low, Carson lays it in. Nice ball movement by the Donettes. Gets them back within 2 with 1 minute left in the first half. Cisco, and the ball's dribbled off her foot. It'll be Donette's ball. Good defense by Jalen Dutton. Well, the Donettes with a chance to tie could take the lead with a three-pointer. And Alton still looks like they're in a 2-3 zone or a 2-1-2 zone. We'll see if they get the ball to Eddier at the free throw line. Out to Dutton. Dutton gives it to Carson in the corner, throws it back out. Looks like the Donettes may hold it for the last shot here if they can keep from turning it over. They had a lot of turnovers in the first quarter. They've done a better job this quarter. Eddier back out to Day with 23 seconds to go. Day gives it over to Mashing. And we're down to 15 seconds now, so here in about 3 or 4 seconds, Donettes will do whatever they're going to do. Now Day goes back out front. They got to go now. Day dribbles down, gives it to Carson. Out to Dutton. She's going to have to shoot it. She gets the shot off, but it's short. And Donettes run the clock down, but they didn't allow Alton with another chance to score, but don't get 2 points of their own. But they trail by 4 at the end of the first quarter. And they outscore Alton 14 to 12 in the second quarter, and they've got it cut to a 2-point lead, 20-18, in a very fast played first half. 20-18 is their halftime score. The Donettes trail the Alton Lady Comets here at Doniphan High School. We'll take a couple minutes. We'll figure up the scoring, and we'll be back to give you the scoring for both teams here with the Donettes trailing 20-18. Be back in 2 minutes.
We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and we're for road trips. We're for covering as much ground as possible on 2, 4, or 18 wheels. We're for drop tops, T-tops, classics, cruisers, pickup trucks, and dump trucks. We're for displaying Missouri plates like medals of pride. Have you ever hit a deer? Yep, we're for you too. We're for getting stuck behind a tractor on a 2-lane highway. And if you're a Missouri driver, we have an auto policy for you.
I am Doug Green, your Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and if you're in Ripley County, I've got you covered.
If you're shopping for a new car, truck, or SUV, you need to make a stop at Countryside Chevrolet on Highway 160 in Doniphan. Countryside has one of the largest Chevrolet selections in the area, plus plenty of pre-owned vehicles that go through a 117-point inspection before they're warranted for 12 months or 12,000 miles. The goal at Countryside is to provide you the best deal on your next car, truck, or SUV. See them online at CountrysideChevrolet.com or call 1-800-63-CHEVY. Chevrolet, an American revolution.
Davis True Value is proud to sponsor the Dons and Donettes for another exciting ball season. Just like the Dons and Donettes, Davis True Value knows hard work wins the game. They are your selection, service, and savings destination hardware store, serving the area with paint, plumbing, electrical, lawn and garden, and housewares. Your local True Value hardware with so much more. From window repair to chainsaw sharpening, we are the store of first choice. Behind every project is a True Value.
Refinancing your home mortgage can be a really smart move. You can take advantage of a lower interest rate and have money left over for all the necessities. Talk to the refinance professionals at our credit union. They're the finest in refinance. We're an equal housing lender. Ozark Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA, now serving 6 counties. Online at ozarkfcu.com.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Keith Bowman back at the Bill L. Wright Gymnasium. We're at halftime. The Donettes trail the Alton Lady Comets 20-18. And scoring in the first half for the Alton Lady Comets, Sydney Hollis is leading them with 7 points. She had a couple of free throws, a 2-point basket and 1 3-point basket. Heidi Cisco has 2 3-point baskets for 6 points. Allie Campbell has 3 and 2 apiece for Caitlin Miller and for Bailey Cisco. And they were 3 of 6 from the free throw line in the first half. And I believe they only committed 3 team fouls in the first half. The Donettes only committed 5. And Olivia Cruz is the only one with 2 fouls for the Donettes. Well, both teams ought to be able to do about whatever they want to on defense here in the second half and not worry too much about foul troubles, at least for the first little bit of the third quarter anyway. The Donettes were 1 of 2 at the free throw line. Their leading scorer is Emily Edier with 5. Addie Jones has 4. Lexi Day hit the only 3-pointer for the Donettes. She has 3. And then 2 apiece for Timberly Mashing, Olivia Cruz, and Bailey Carson. The Donettes only scored 4 points in the first quarter, got 14 in the second quarter. Alton had 8 in the first and 12 in the second. And the Donettes got off to a really slow start, turning the ball over, and also they missed about 3 shots right underneath the basket. You put those points on the board right now, they've got a 4-point lead, and I'm talking about easy shots that they that they should make, I'll put it that way. So they got off to a bad start, a lot of turnovers, did a much better job in the second quarter, and hopefully they'll be able to keep that going here in the second half. And as I said in the pregame, Alton, a very good team. Still got 16 minutes of basketball to decide this one. Now, coming up tomorrow night, we'll be right back here. Matter of fact, we're going to be here Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday this week. Tomorrow night, it'll be the Donettes again and a key Ozark Foothills Conference game against the Greenville Lady Bears. And we only have 1 game tomorrow night. There's not going to be a JV game. Actually, I think what they're going to do is they're going to play a half of a JV game after the varsity game. But the varsity game will be at 6, so make sure you get YouTube tuned in by 6 o'clock. And the Donettes right now are, they beat East Carter and Naylor. That is the only 2 conference games they've played so far. The next 4 games for the Donettes after tonight are all Ozark Foothills Conference games. And the Ozark Foothills Conference Tournament comes up February 2nd through February 8th. So the Greenville Lady Bears here tomorrow night, and then another Ozark Foothills Conference game Thursday night, Neelyville Lady Tigers, who for the last several years have been the favorites to win the conference, and no different this year. So that'll be a tough one. So the Donettes got a tough week ahead of them with 3 games in 4 nights. And then on Friday night, the only game for the boys this week, and if you've got a schedule, this game is not on the schedule, or at least the schedule that I have. They're going to be playing the Alton Comets. Going to be homecoming here Friday night. And also it's going to be senior night for the boys, their last home game. They're going to do that between the games Friday night against Alton. Well, that's what we've got coming up this week. We're going to take another break for 2 minutes, and when we come back, we'll tell you we're getting really close here to the end of the regular season games. Once you get past the start of the year, boy, first of the year, the season just finishes up really quickly. But we'll take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back.
Hometown Pharmacy on LaRue Street in Doniphan, your one-stop pharmacy for all of your medical needs. Our pharmacists are now providing vaccinations for flu, pneumonia, and shingles in the pharmacy. Flu shots are covered by Medicare with no co-payment and no appointment is necessary. Hometown Pharmacy now offers a wide variety of vitamins and supplements from Now Foods that help support and promote optimal health through good nutrition. Refills can be requested online or by using our mobile app. We now offer delivery of your prescription if you live within the city limits. Transferring prescriptions is easy. Come by or give us a call and our friendly staff will take care of everything. Hometown Pharmacy, proudly supporting the Dons and Donettes this season. Come experience the difference a Hometown Pharmacy makes.
We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and we are for road trips. We're for covering as much ground as possible on 2, 4, or 18 wheels. We're for drop tops, T-tops, classics, cruisers, pickup trucks, and dump trucks. We're for displaying Missouri plates like medals of pride. Have you ever hit a deer? Yep, we're for you too. We're for getting stuck behind a tractor on a 2-lane highway. And if you're a Missouri driver, we have an auto policy for you.
I am Doug Green, the Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Agent, and if you're in Ripley County, I've got you covered.
The phone booth is your one stop for all your cell phone needs. The phone booth now offers Total Wireless, where you can get unlimited talk, text, and 5 gigs of data for only $35 a month. Need to add more phones to your account? Not a problem. Family plans are also available. You can manage your account in person or online at tpbooth.com. Come see the phone booth next to Subway in Doniphan for all your cell phone needs.
All right, we're down to about 1:45 to the start of the second half. Donettes trailing Alton 20-18. Next week we don't have a game on Monday night, and all the games next week, with the exception of the 29th, will be on the road. So we'll be on KYEC 88.3. On Tuesday, we're going to have a doubleheader for you as the Dons and the Donettes both playing at Piedmont against Clearwater. The varsity girls game will be at 5 o'clock, and then we'll be back probably somewhere around 8 o'clock with the varsity boys game. And then on Thursday night, the Donettes go to Twin Rivers. And then on Friday night, the boys go to Malden. As I said, the game against Alton on Friday night was the boys' last home game of this year. They had several home games before the Christmas break and then had a couple right afterwards. So their home season is just about over. And it's going to be Alton's basketball to start the third quarter with a 2-point lead. And we'll see which team does a better job of making the adjustments at halftime as we start play here in the third quarter. Donettes JV put on a big run in the second half. The game was tied 19-all at halftime. And the Donettes outscored Alton 32-14 in that second half and won 51-33. Donettes send out the starters: Mashing, Day, Edier, Cruz, and Jones. And Alton probably will do the same thing. Cisco, Miller, Orr, and Hollis. Orr got 2 fouls early. She didn't get to play too much in that first half. She did not score. She's the big girl in the middle. Donettes start out man-to-man. Bailey Cisco left wing. Puts it on the floor. And she picked it up. Ball knocked away, loose on the floor, and it's going to be knocked into the back court. And it's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to stay with Alton. Good hustle there by Olivia Cruz to knock it out of bounds. Olivia only a sophomore, so Donette's got her for a couple more years. Boy, she is a hustler. Alton will bring it back into the front court. Bailey Cisco. Hands it off to Hollis at the head of the key. Hollis hits Heidi Cisco cutting through the lane. Kicks it out to Miller. Her jumper's up, in and out. And the ball is going to be knocked out of bounds by Lexi Day. Holy moly. Day was in there on Orr. Orr's about a head and a half taller than her, and they called that out on Day. And that inbounds play works again, but Ettier blocks the shot. And then on the rebound, we got a tie ball, and it'll belong to the Donettes. The only thing bad about that is you'd like to see Massey rip that away so they can keep that next possession if there's another tie ball. But the Donettes do get it, and they held on the first possession. And Orr knocks it away. The Donettes start out with a turnover, kind of like the first half. Cisco's three, no good. Offensive rebound by Hollis, puts it up, no good. Orr gets the rebound and puts it in. And she did not score in the first half. She was on the bench much of the half. The Donettes got to quit throwing that ball away. I mean, they could have dribbled the ball into the front court and they tried to throw it into the middle, which is where you want to get it, but Ettier dribbles out front, gives it to Mashing. Alton with a 4-point lead. Mashing reverses her dribble down into the paint, kicks it out in the corner. Day, three-pointer up, and it's good. Lexi Day, that's her second three. 22-21 Alton, quickly into the front court, Bailey Cisco. And the Donettes, Coach Epps has got Day fronting Orr in the middle, and Miller dribbles into the paint, and Hollis dribbles into the paint, and she's gonna be fouled by Emily Ettier, and that's gonna be 2 on Ettier. As I was saying, Coach Epps has got Day on Orr a lot shorter than her, but she's got her fronting her and trying to get weak side help. And it's gonna be Sydney Hollis at the free throw line, shooting 2, and the first one rims out. She's the leading scorer for Alton with 7 points. 6:22 to go in the third quarter. Next one is up, and it's good. They've shot 8 free throws, and every time they've made 1 out of 2. So they're at 50%. Alton drops back. They're back in the man-to-man. Lexi Day guarded by Cisco. Dribbles left side and throws it away. So 2 out of the first 3 trips, turnovers for the Donettes. And it's almost like the first quarter all over again. The only thing is they haven't missed the layups yet. Cisco passes it over to Bailey. Cisco on the left wing. Gives it in the corner. Miller. Miller back out to Cisco on the wing. Cisco dribbles into the paint. She's going to put it up, no good. And the ball's loose on the floor. And see, we're going to have a tie ball. It's going to belong to Alton. If the Donettes would have got that rebound a while ago, that would have been a Donettes ball. Allie Campbell coming back in. She replaces Caitlin Miller. Bailey Cisco bounces it to Hollis. Hollis dribbles into the paint. Goes down and throws it up, and nice job there by the Donettes and a couple of Alton players on the floor, so the Donettes got numbers. And a pass underneath to Jones, makes a nice move, goes in, her shot's blocked. Now the ball's loose, and it's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to stay with the Donettes. So the Donettes didn't take advantage of it was about a 4-on-2 at the point they got the ball down low. Jones made a nice fake to start with, but she should have done another head fake when she got to the basket. She probably would have drew the foul. Down low, Mashing catches, bounce across the lane to Ettier and lays it in. Nice play between the 2 big girls for the Donettes. And it's 23 all. Cisco's going to pass it over to Hollis. Now back to Bailey Cisco. Takes off down into the lane. Nice pass to Campbell, and she puts it in. Campbell's done a nice job coming off the bench. She's got 5 points. Now Alton's going to go back to the zone. Alton up by 2. Olivia Cruz dribbles up to the wing, lobs it down low to Ettier, turns, puts it up and in. That's 9 for Ettier, and we're tied again at 25. 4.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Cisco, ball loose on the floor. It's going to go out of bounds. It's going to be Donette's ball. Hollis couldn't handle the pass. And Jalen Dutton's going to come in. And he's going to give Olivia Cruz a rest. And the Donettes with a chance to take the lead. Let's see if we can get a shot off here without turning it over. Now Alton's going to up the defense. They're going to go back man to man. They're changing their defenses quite a lot. Dutton lobs it down low, and the ball is going to be saved in by Edier. Saved today at the free throw line. Down in the paint, layup up, no good. Edier with the rebound. She's going to turn, put it up and in. Nice job by Emily Edier, working hard on the glass. And the Donettes lead 27-25. We're halfway through the third quarter. Bailey Cisco out front. Hollis fakes the shot down into the paint. Shot up, no good. Orr with the rebound. She missed it. Got it back again, put it up, no good, and we're going to have a foul. And I believe that will send Kelsey Orr to the free throw line. I think they'll call that on the shot. And it's going to be on Timberly Mashing. That's Mashing's first foul. Second team foul on the Donettes. Orr will be shooting 2 shots. Free throw's good. Gets the first one. Now Bailey Carson's going to give Emily Edier a rest. Orr trying to tie the game. Every time they've been to the free throw line, which is this is the 5th time, up to this point, they've made one and missed one, but Orr made both of them. And she's got 4 points, and the game is tied, 27 all again. And now Sydney Hollis checks out, and Kaylee Mock will come back in. 3 minutes and 45 seconds left in the third quarter. Donettes with the ball. We're tied 27-27. Mashing's got to get it across the half line. They scare me when they stop right before they get to the half line. Addie Jones passes to Mashing, gets around the defender, out to Dutton. 15-footer up, no good. And the rebound comes down to Mock. Mock's going to run it into the front court, stop. Gives it to Heidi Cisco. Down low to Orr. Orr backs in, puts it up, and it's good. And Lexi Day can't guard her by herself. Orr's got 6 points all here in the third quarter. And Alton back up by 2. Bailey Carson on the left wing. Dribbles back out front, gives it to Lexi Day. Day holds the ball above her head, gives it to Dutton. And now Coach Epps is going to call a timeout with 2:51 to go in the third quarter. Alton leads 29-27. It is a 30-second timeout, so we'll take one break, and we'll be right back after this message.
My truck and I work all day long, so the truck has to be tough. But I want my truck loan easygoing, and that's what I get at my credit union. Flexible terms, great rates. My truck loan works for me, just like my truck.
Ozark Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA, now serving 6 counties. Online at ozarkfcu.com.
Two minutes, 51 seconds left, third quarter. The Donettes trail the Alton Lady Comets. We've been tied a couple times here in the third quarter. Right now, Alton leads it. Donettes have the ball. 29-27 is our score. Inbounds comes to Lexi Day. Finds a little hole, dribbles in, gives it to Eddie, and her shot blocked. Here comes Campbell, passes ahead, across to Cisco, lays it up and missed it. And Emily Edier gets the rebound. Good defense by the Donettes without fouling. Pass ahead to Carson. Carson goes in, cut off, gives it back to Edier at the free throw line. Lob down low, Carson catches, lays it up and in. And again, nice passing between the big girls. That time it was Edier to Carson, and it's 29 all. Cisco dribbles into the paint, shot blocked by Edier. It's going to go out of bounds. And I like how the Donettes are going straight up with those hands. They're getting a lot of blocks. And with that new rule, telling them not to call the fouls unless they come down with their hands, even if the offensive player initiates contact. Heidi Cisco gives it out front. Bailey Cisco. Cisco dribbles into the paint, stops, shoots a little runner, and it's good. 31-29, Alton. Day slows it down. Dribbles over to the left side. Gets a screen from Mashing. Pick and roll to Mashing. Mashing goes up, and we got a foul. That's going to be on Bailey Cisco, I believe. That is her first foul. That is only the first team foul on Alton. They've only committed 4 fouls in the game. And Timberly Mashing is at the free throw line. And the first one rims out. Well, she has really struggled from the free throw line this year. Her shot looks good. She just has a hard time getting to go in. That one had good rotation, went around and out and come out. And she makes the second one. Mashing has 3 points, and it's 31-30 Alton. Minute 40 left in the third quarter. Bailey Cisco gives it to Mock. Over to Heidi Cisco on the left wing. Dribbles to the baseline, throws it in the middle, ball deflected, and Eddier's going to pick it up before it goes out of bounds. Gives it to Addie Jones. Jones waits on the traffic to clear. Get it across the timeline. Dribbles over right side, gives it to Carson. Carson on the baseline. Puts it on the floor a couple times, gives it back to Lexi Day on the wing. She's going to dribble out front, and the Donettes will reset the offense. Minute 10 to go in the third quarter. Day, little stutter step. Dribbles baseline. Goes to the hole, lays it up and in. Lexi Day with a nice move. She made that one off the baseline, a little layup with no glass to work with. Donettes back up by 1. Actually, I think that's the first time, maybe the second time they've been up. Cisco in the corner, dribbles in, bounces to Orr. Orr backs her way in, puts the shot up, and it's good. And Alton goes back up, 33-32. We got 35 seconds. We'll see if Doniphan wants to hold it like they did the first 2 quarters. They had the last possession in the first 2 quarters. They're going to go ahead and run the offense. Lexi Day over to Addie Jones. In the corner, Carson. Carson bounces down low. Eddier's going to get it and go around to Orr. Shot blocked from behind, but they're going to call a foul on Orr, and that's her third. They've only committed 5 team fouls in the game, but Orr has 3 of them. And that'll give Emily Ettier a couple at the free throw line with 18 seconds left in the quarter. As Jalen Dutton comes to the scorer's table to check in, Ettier makes the free throw. Emily's got 12 points in the game now. She's, I believe, the game high scorer right now. Cisco and Orr check out. I didn't see who come in. Ettier missed that one, so we're tied 33-all. 16 seconds to go. Bring it into the front court's Mock. Over to Hollis, a 3-pointer's an air ball. It's going to go out, and the Donettes are going to have 8.5 seconds to get a shot off. She missed that one badly to the left. And now Hollis is going to come up and get on Dutton. Inbounds pass comes to Ettier. Eddier's going to give it back to Mashing. Mashing dribbles down the right side. And they're going to say she stepped on the out of bounds. Nope, they're going to call a foul. That foul's on 23, Caitlin Miller. I think the clock keeper forgot to start the clock there. There's 4.6 seconds to go. Inbounds to Ettier. Eddier's going to take it in the corner. Carson shot up and good! That gives the Donettes a 2-point lead. At the end of the third quarter, 35-33 over the Alton Lady Comets. Again, good ball movement by the Donettes. Very unselfish play. And they lead it by 2 heading to the fourth quarter. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Star Spangled Banner even sounded better tonight.
Yeah, it did. Did. I'll admit it did. Yeah. It took them a little while to get started in the first quarter, but.
I think just go through the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
You got stamina and bacon.
They're pretty evenly matched, I think.
We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and we're for the people of Missouri. We're for kayakers, car dealers, grocery baggers, and mail carriers. We're for teachers, preachers, students, and singers. Armed service members, you bet we're for you. We're for people who shake your hand and say hello, not because they know you, but because they don't. We're for brewmasters, stockbrokers, beauty queens, and truck drivers. And don't worry, we're still for farmers too. Whatever you do, If you're a Missourian, we're for you.
I am Doug Green, your Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and if you're in Ripley County, I've got you covered.
Donettes run a nice play at the end of the quarter to take a 2-point lead, 35-33, and I got to give Bailey Carson a lot of credit there. Her being a freshman, she had enough bearings about her to know she had to shoot that ball when she caught it because the time was about to run out. Inbounds pass comes to Mashing. Donettes have the first possession. Mashing dribbles to the baseline. She's cut off, throws it back out front to Olivia Cruz. Cruz dribbles over to the right side. Lobs it down low. Edier inside. She lays it in again. Emily Edier having a great game with 14 points and probably a double-double with rebounds. Donettes lead by 4, their biggest lead. Mock bounces to the baseline. Miller out front to Bailey Cisco. Donettes in a man-to-man. Cisco dribbles into the paint, cut off. Kicks it back out to Mock. Mock in the paint. Shot up by Allie Campbell, and it's good. That's 7 points for Campbell. And she's come on off the bench and played an excellent game for Coach Miller. 37-35. Alton back in the zone. Mashing dribbles over to the wing. They're trying to keep Edier from getting that ball inside. Out front, Cruz, three-pointer up, no good. Emily Edier with the offensive rebound. Puts it up, it's good. And she is working her tail off out there. That's 16. 39-35 Donettes. Over on the left side, Mock. Dribbles into the paint, hands it off to Campbell. She shoots and scores again. 39-37, Donettes lead by 2. 6:40 to go in the ball game. Mashing met by a double team. Throws it over to Dutton on the left wing. Back out to Mashing near midcourt. Coach Epps shouting out instruction. Donettes going to make them come out and play man-to-man here, or try to. They got the lead, so they don't have to shoot the ball if they don't want to. They can stand there and hold it as long as they want. Coach Epps trying to get them back into man-to-man, so Eddie will have a little easier in time inside. Dutton gives it back out to Mashing with 6:10 to go. Coach Miller telling her kids to come out and guard man-to-man, I believe now. Mashing dribbles to the right side. Dribbles into the paint all the way to the hole. Shot too hard. Edier gets it again, and it won't go, but she's fouled. And she is really working inside and on the glass. That foul on Allie Campbell, her second. And Edier will be shooting 2. As Addie Jones and Lexi Day come to the scorer's table to check back in. Edier's free throw's good. That is 17 points for Edier. Dutton and Cruz check out. Orr comes back in with Hollis. They've got Mock, Miller, and Cisco out there. Almost their starting 5. And Edier's free throw rims out. Rebounded by Orr. For 3-point lead for the Donettes. Cisco gives it to Mock. Down on the baseline underneath the Orr. Wide open, she missed it. Got it back, put it up, and she missed it again. This time Lexi Day gets the rebound. Take care of it, Lexi. Slow it down. There you go. Lobs inside, and Orr knocked it away, but Edier gets it anyway, but she missed the shot this time with a hand in her face. And Hollis brings it into the front court. Dribbles down on the right side, and Mashing steals the pass. Mashing going in on the left side, left-handed layup, and she missed it. Well, she had Carson wide open. Now Orr's open on the other end. Has to run it down in the corner. Throws it back out front. Into the paint, pass down low, and Orr scores again. She has got 10 points all in this second half. And that cuts the Donettes lead to 1 point, 40-39 with 5:06 to go in the ball game. We'll take a 30-second break, and we'll be back with more. Stay with us.
You've heard it all before. We're number 1. We're the best. We have the biggest rebates. Now is the time to skip the hype and come to Current River Ford in Doniphan. They're all about helping you find the perfect new Ford. Current River Ford services your vehicles after the sale. From the moment you drive in, you will receive the quality service you've been missing. With the selection at Current River Ford, you'll find the new vehicle you want. How about getting your next vehicle at a dealership that makes it all about you? Current River Ford, Highway 160 in Doniphan.
Well, the Donettes lead 40-39 with 5:06 left in the game. If I remember right, the Donettes went over to Alton last year and upset the Lady Comets on their home court. So Alton wanting to do the same thing. They have a lot of the same girls back out on the floor here. But right now the Donettes with a 1-point lead. Alton's going to apply some full court pressure. It'll be Donettes' ball. They're going to bring everybody back into the back court. Now Alton's going to back up. And we'll see if they go back to the zone again or if they're going to stay man-to-man. Now they go back to the zone again. Last time they done that, the Donettes held the ball. Lexi Day back in the ball game during the timeout with Olivia Cruz. Donettes have their starters back on the floor. Addie Jones gives it to Olivia Cruz. Just don't force it. In the lane, mashing. Going to go up and under, and she's going to be fouled. Got to make some free throws. Last time Timberly was there, she made 1 out of 2. That foul was on Kaylee Mock, her first. That's the 5th team foul against Alton. Free throw off the back of the rim, no good. As I said, that shot looks good. Boy, it's got good rotation and everything. That one there might have been a little bit flat. It'll lose a little bit more arch on it. This one is up and it's good. So she gets 1 out of 2 again. And that gives the Donettes a 2-point lead, 41-39. Quickly into the front court. Mock. Now they've got Edier on Orr now, but she catches it deep, goes up. Oh! Well, Coach Epps upset on that one. That looked like a good block. She had her hands look like straight up, but they're going to call Edier for the foul. And that is going to be the 3rd foul on Emily Edier. And Orr goes back to the free throw line. She is 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Got 10 points all in this second half. And that one's good. She's got a chance to tie the game with this one. And she is their leading scorer with 11, and all of them have come here in the first quarter and a half in the second half. They definitely missed her on the floor in the first half. If she ties the game again at 41, now Alton can go back into the zone if they want to, but the Donettes still don't have to. It looks like they're playing a diamond and 1 with Edier being guarded. Day's open in the corner. The pass was tapped, batted away. She got it back, knocked away, and now she loses it. I don't know where she was going. Alton will have it and had a chance to regain the lead with 4 minutes left in the game. Miller gives it to Orr. Over to Kaylee Mock on the left side. Mock dribbles into the paint, and she's going to be fouled by Edier, and that was definitely a foul there. And Emily's got 4 now. That's a big foul. And Coach Epps is going to take her out with 3:46 to go as Bailey Carson's going to come in. That's a big loss. Edier's got 17 points to lead the Donettes. She's got 12 here in the second half. 3 minutes and 46 seconds left in the game, and we're tied at 41. Inbounds pass comes to Orr. Puts it on the floor, goes in, puts it up, it won't go. And a tie ball on the rebound, and it'll stay with Alton. It'll be Heidi Cisco to throw it in underneath the right side of her basket. Gets it in the corner to Hollis. Hollis tied up. Gets it to Miller. Miller dribbles in, bounces down low to Orr, through her hands, out of bounds. As she goes to the floor to try to get it. And it'll be Donette's ball. Coach Epps, I think, is tempted to put Emily Edier back in here, but we still got 3:32 to go. I think he's going to try one more offensive possession before he puts her back in there. Alton's going to go back to the man-to-man with Edier on the bench. And now Lexi Day is stripped, and Heidi Cisco with a great play goes down and puts it in. He gives Alton the lead. And now Edier gets up and comes to the scorer's table. Well, that'd be bad if a steal like that cost you the ball game. Backdoor pass, Carson catches and she lays it in. And the Donettes have run that play to perfection several times. Pass up the floor to Hollis. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left. Hollis goes into the paint. Kicks it back out to Mock. Mock at the head of the key. Gives it to Miller on the left side. Miller to Orr. Orr over to Mock. They're trying to post Orr up. They get it to her on the left block. Goes down, puts it up, no good, and another foul. The Donettes keep fouling Orr and bailing her out. They need to see if she can make those shots. She's a little ways away from the basket. That one's on Bailey Carson. Yeah, she was outside the lane there. You just need to see if she can hit that shot. She might be able to do it, but the way she's making free throws, you don't want to put her there. She's 5 for 5 now from the free throw line. And 13 points. Carson goes to the bench and Emily Eddy are back in. Well, Alton back up by 1. And Kelsey Orr with a chance to give them a 2-point lead. And boy, she's killing it from the free throw line. Actually, she's killing it from everywhere here in the second half. 14 points all in the second half. 45 to 43. Still a lot of time left, 2.5 minutes. Alton leading by 2. Lexi Day with the basketball. Alton back in that zone with the lead now. Over to Addie Jones. Jones gives it back to Day. In the corner, Cruz, and she lost the ball right through her hands. And boy, I tell you what, the Donettes have had some inopportune times for turnovers this year, and that was one of them right there. And the Donettes and Alton both have 5 team fouls. That always plays a part when you get down towards the end of the game. Mock in the lane. That's 3 seconds. Oh my goodness, they got a timeout before the 3-second call. Heads up play there by Coach Miller. The Donettes had a 3-second call coming. And we're going to keep it here with 2:01 to go. It's a 30-second timeout. The Donettes trail 45-43. They've been outscored this quarter 12 to 10. And trail it by 2. Getting down to the nitty-gritty now. Boy, I tell you what, Kaylee Mock almost made a big mistake there. But the Donettes made one on the other end. I mean, that ball, Cruz was wide open. There wasn't anybody within 10 feet of her. But she just didn't watch the ball into her hands. Inopportune time for a turnover, which is never a good time for one. But when you're down 2 with 2 minutes to go, that's not a good time for them. Alton will be inbounding underneath their own basket. I'm sure they're going to try to get it into Orr. Eddy are going to put mashing on Orr. That way, Eddy are playing with 4 fouls. Pass thrown out front to Mock. Mock hands it off to Miller. Miller picks up her dribble. And the pass is batted away. Lexi Day going after it. And Mock beats her to it. She pushed off. And then they're going to call a travel. As Eddy goes flying to the floor. And she got away with a push-off going for the ball, so the Donettes get the ball. And Mock's going to check out. Bailey Cisco comes back in. So the Donettes down by 2 have the basketball. Eddy with it out front. Over to Day. In the corner, Jones. 3-pointer by Addie Jones. No good. And Olivia Cruz almost saved it before it went out of bounds. And again, I think her hands are slick. Looked like she had a chance to get that, but she didn't get it before it went out. And the Donettes have got a foul 2 times before they put them in the bonus area. Cisco walking it up. Throws it right wing to Bailey Cisco. Now to Miller at the head of the key. They're running a motion offense. Hollis into the paint. Back out to Heidi Cisco. Over to Miller. Down to 1:10 to go in the game. Hollis head of the key to Bailey Cisco. Now back to Miller. She gives it back to Heidi Cisco. 1 minute to play. Donettes trail 45-43. Back out to Heidi Cisco. Cisco back on the right side to Miller. And finally a foul on Addie Jones. They still got to foul one more time to get them at the line. 53.5 seconds to go. Alton's got the ball in a 2-point lead. And they'll be inbounding right in front of the Alton bench. And we got a timeout called by Coach Miller. 53.5 seconds to go. So if the Donettes don't get a steal here pretty quick, they're going to have to put them at the line and hope that they miss free throws. That's the only shot they got here. Trying to put them at the line and hope that they miss and get the rebound. Donettes have not done a very good job the last couple times they've had the ball on the offensive end. Last time they had a good look, Maddie Jones just couldn't get it to go. And then Olivia Cruz had a chance to get the offensive rebound, but she could not save it before it went out of bounds. 45-43. It was 33, excuse me, Donettes were up 35-33. I believe I said they've been outscored 12-10. They've been outscored 12-8 this quarter. They were ahead by 2, now they trail by 2. We have 53 and a half seconds to go. And I said in the pregame, this is going to be a tough week for the Donettes. And boy, if they could pull out one here tonight, it would be nice heading into that Greenville game tomorrow night. This is a non-conference game, but you still would like to get a win here if you can against a very good Alton Lady Comet basketball team. If the Donettes hadn't got off to such a slow start in the first quarter, they'd probably be better off right now, but they battled back, and they're only down by 2. We'll see how long they go before they foul here. They can't get a steal. They let them throw it by bounds. They're going to double team, throw into the corner, and it is on the floor, tie ball, and it's Donettes ball. It's Donettes ball. Coach Epps was trying to get a timeout, but we got the possession, so. A good defense. They trapped as soon as they got it over the half line. Now Alton is going to go back to the 1-3-1, it looks like. The diamond and 1. They're guarding Emily Ettier inside. Ettier with it out front. Over to Jones with 30 seconds to go. Coach Epps calls the timeout. Let's see what he's got. It's a full. We'll take a 60-second break, and we'll be back. Don't leave us. 2-point game.
Hometown Pharmacy on LaRue Street in Doniphan, your one-stop pharmacy for all of your medical needs. Our pharmacists are now providing vaccinations for flu, pneumonia, and shingles in the pharmacy. Flu shots are covered by Medicare with no co-payment and no appointment is necessary. Hometown Pharmacy now offers a wide variety of vitamins and supplements from Now Foods that help support and promote optimal health through good nutrition. Refills can be requested online or by using our mobile app. We now offer delivery of your prescription if you live within the city limits. Transferring prescriptions is easy. Come by or give us a call and our friendly staff will take care of everything. Hometown Pharmacy, proudly supporting the Dons and Donettes this season. Come experience the difference a Hometown Pharmacy makes.
All right, folks. Coming down to the wire here, the Donettes trail 45-43 with 31.9 seconds to go in the game. And it's going to be Donettes ball just inside the front court. And over and back, oh my gosh. You got to know right there, you got to know. She stepped into the front court and jumped back court. Oh my gosh. And now they're going to have to foul if they don't get a turnover. Well, that was awful quick. My goodness. I thought Cisco walked with it. Foul on Olivia Cruz, her third. That'll send Bailey Cisco to the free throw line. They are 7 of 8 in this second half from the free throw line. If she makes both of them, it's going to be a 2-possession game. She's got 4 points in the game. Her free throw is good. I believe I'd have tried to trap them before I foul. Of course, maybe that's probably what Coach wanted, but next one up and it's good. Boy, they're just killing it from the free throw line. And now the Donettes have to get the ball in the hole twice, and they ain't got time to waste now. And Coach Epps calls another timeout with 21.7 seconds to go. I wish Olivia Cruz would have waited just a second before she fouled her there and tried to get a trap to see if they could get in a turnover like they did the last time. But the turnovers have absolutely killed the Donettes, I'm telling you. They did better in the second quarter and pretty much the third quarter, but they've turned it over several times. None bigger than that over and back call when they had the ball with 31.9 seconds to go. And I think that was Heidi Cisco that was guarding Lexi Day, and Day started to come around and just kind of get a handoff, but then she stopped and went backwards. When she went into the back court, she jumped in the back court while the ball was in the air. That is a backcourt violation. You can throw it back there, but you can't come into the front court and jump while the ball's in the air and catch it in the back court. So that was a big one. The Donettes got to get a shot up in a hurry as they trail 47-43 with 21.7 seconds to go. They don't have any choice now. They got to get it up in a hurry, and then if they don't steal the inbounds pass, they got to foul immediately. Alton 9 of 10 from the free throw line in the second half. Inbounds comes to Lexi Day. Day dribbles down, gives it to Addie Jones in the corner. Cross court to Cruz. In the corner, Lexi Day. Oh, you got to shoot that, Lexi. She puts it up, and it's good. With 10 seconds to go, they got another timeout called. I'd rather have seen her shot that in the corner, though, but she did cut it to 2, but there's only 8.9 seconds to go. 47-45. That puts Day into double figures with 10 points. I'll just keep looking back to that over and back violation a while ago. Coach Epps is going to put Maddie Eddington in, probably take Eddier out. Eddier's got 4 fouls, so you don't want her committing her 5th foul here. If they don't get a steal, they got to foul immediately. The thing you got to watch for is them throwing the ball all the way the length of the floor. 8.6 seconds to go. 2-point lead for the Alton Lady Comets. 47-45. Big second half for Kelsey Orr. She had 2 fouls early in the first quarter. Didn't play the rest of the first half, and she scored 14 points in the second half. It will be Caitlin Miller to throw it in. Gonna watch them going long here. And they get it in, and Cisco, and she is fouled. And it's gonna be on Addie Jones. And that was, you wouldn't like for it to have been a little harder than that to get it in, but Cisco, that is 8 points for Cisco. With 6.3 seconds to go. Now, the only prayer the Donettes got here is if she makes one and misses the other one. And they got to get the rebound and get it up the floor in a hurry. And they just, with this, she makes this when the game's over, folks. Unless they would just commit a silly foul on a 3-point shot. And it's good. That's going to do it. Mashing gets it into the front court, takes it down, little runner up, and good. But it's going to be a little too late. And our final score is the Alton Lady Comets 49 and the Donettes 47 in a hard-fought game between these two teams. And Heidi Cisco made those 2 free throws to get 10 points. I'm just going to go ahead and give you the scoring here. Allie Campbell had 9 points for Alton, 6 for Bailey Cisco, 2 for Caitlin Miller. Sydney Hollis had 8, Kelsey Orr 14, and 10 for Heidi Cisco, and they were 11 out of 12 in the second half from the free throw line. So Donettes had to foul them, and they made the free throws. So that's where they ended up winning the game. For the Donettes, Addie Jones with 4, Timberly Mashing 6. I think I got that last bucket for hers on there. Lexi Day had 10. Olivia Cruz 2. Emily Eddier had a nice game tonight, 17 points and 6 for Bailey Carson. And the Donettes again struggled a little bit at the free throw line, only shot 50%. If you shoot a little bit better, you got a chance to win a 2-point game. But they drop at 49-47. We'll be back tomorrow night. Greenville Lady Bears in town for an Ozark Foothills Conference game. Donettes 2-0 in conference and need to get that one tomorrow night against the tough Greenville Lady Bears. So our final, the Alton Lady Comets win it by 2, 49-47. Donettes fall to 11-5, and we'll talk to you tomorrow night. Good night, everybody.